Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It is Sunday, October 1st, and today is the day that millions of federal student loan borrowers have dreaded for more than 3 years. I know, it stinks. But you've got to repay your loans. And if you are interested in some of the new twists on income-driven repayment and other issues that are now you have to contend with as a student loan borrower, head to our website, jillonmoney.com, go to the blog section and check it out because I wrote a nice long article about that. And of course, I've got something written about what happens when the government shuts down. But today, I digress because today I'm still in a sort of a blissful state because of my interview that I conducted with Diana Henriquez. She is a fantastic journalist, a wonderful writer, great author. She wrote the book Wizard of Lies, which, you know, she joined us for. Also, she starred in the HBO movie. I don't think we should say starred, but she played herself in the movie, and she did have to actually, if I remember, Mark, she had to audition to play herself. Anyway, she has other wonderful books as well. She wrote a really interesting book about the 1987 crash. So I am delighted to bring you the second part of our little teaser episode, which is really centered upon her book, her newest book called Taming the Street: The Old Guard, the New Deal, and FDR's Fight to Regulate American Capitalism. And today we're going to give you the little part of the interview, which is about SROs, which is self-regulating organizations, places that basically say, oh, we can regulate ourselves. We're fine. Don't worry about us. And Diana talks a little bit about FINRA and some of the other regulators out there. Again, this is just a little snippet. If you would like to subscribe to the Jill on Money live service, all you have to do is pay $35 and you get access to quarterly live webinars and bonus content like this fantastic interview with Diana Henriquez. Without further ado, here it is. You know, we have the SEC and we have its regulatory arm, but then we also have this other organization called FINRA, and that is a self-regulating organization. How did that come to pass later, you know, in the history of Wall Street? And why should we trust them as self-regulating?
Well, self-regulating under the supervision of the SEC. And this is perhaps Bill Douglas's most insightful, though not his best known legacy. Bill Douglas was chairman of the SEC at the time that the Maloney Act was passed. And the Maloney Act allowed for the creation of the National Association of Securities Dealers, the NASD. And it allowed the NASD to police itself, to set rules for its members and to enforce those rules under the SEC's supervision. And that was the model that governed the over-the-counter market, stocks that traded away from the stock exchanges, which had their own regulators overseen by the SEC. So this was the rule book for the over-the-counter market, which, as you know, Jill, was vastly larger than the exchange-listed market, even in those days, vastly larger. And so the regulatory arm of the NASD, through all of the morphings in stock market structure that you and I lived through and covered over the next 90 years, morphed into what is now FINRA, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. And it is the direct descendant of the self-regulatory agency that was created as part of the New Deal. It operates best when it operates under strong SEC oversight. Because one of the lessons of my tale, and it climaxes in Chapter 9 with the hearings that the SEC holds on the fall of Richard Whitney, one of the lessons is that Wall Street is simply not constructed to regulate itself without supervision. It can't do it for reasons rooted deeply in the Wall Street culture, in human nature, in our reluctance to blow the whistle, our reluctance to tell tales on other people. It's just not the gentlemanly thing to do. We don't want to cause problems for our friends and buddies. And that's what you got to do if you're going to regulate yourself. You got to cause problems for your friends and buddies. And Wall Street was unable to do it in the 20s. It's still unable to do it, which is why we need regulation.
If you would like to learn more about everything Diana Henriquez has ever done, we'll have links to her stuff. She's great. And if you would like to go to the website, JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button and just ask us a question and let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. Don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter when you're on the site. Lift someone up. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.